got our countdown. 3, 2, 1. Pills.
All right, Rig's gonna be out of the gate first. I don't hate his opening board. It's pretty diverse on that top line. What were you gonna say? You hate it, Savage?
No, I was just that seems like a not very strong praise there. I don't hate it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's not the worst
No.
I've ever seen either.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Floyd's board right here, so much blue on the top, and that is a rare color, but making a nice work of that horizontal at the very beginning and able to just work around some of this stuff. He is able to make a sweet tea on the left-hand side and just starts to get the blue that he's needing.
Yeah, Floyd's board I do kind of hate just because of all the blue. But speaking of blue, now Riggs is dealing a lot with it. But I love that undertuck
Oh,
there with
yeah.
the yellow red to set up the blue horizontal. Does leave him with a tiny bit of red garbage there in his column too, but nothing that he's going to be too concerned about. Would really interested to see if he's going to go for this red horizontal. He is going to do it. And the way he's got it set up, he's got the yellow that dropped down onto the yellow in column 4, I believe. So really nice setups by Riggs. He's down to 6 viruses. Floyd down to 8. But again, Savage battling all that blue on his board.
Yeah, I am not a fan. And that was very nice, efficient play there from Floyd. But still, that is, he's going to probably take some drop time there on that blue at the top as Riggs out at a 133 or so. And, that's a good time. It's not the time that you really want to see these days. You really want to see closer to the 115s. I think in order to get your sub 6 time, that seems like a winning time. And Floyd out at a 145.
Yeah, and interesting thing to know about a 6-second differential between our players on their respective timers, but not anything that's going to be too hard to keep track of. Looking at xJRigsx's board. Gosh, it's weird. It's just, it's weird.
Go on.
It's got all this red and yellow that he's now worked through. The blue and the red there, kind of there on the right side of his board. It just looked odd to me. And the reds he's got set up, fortunately for him, he's got 3 sets of horizontal opportunities for those reds. If he can manage to get down and get the reds that he needs, it's gonna be really interesting to see if he pulls that off. But look at Floyd, already brought this back to a 1 virus differential, now holding a slight lead over xJRigsx.
Yeah, I gotta say, I think this game rarely does it, but I think it's apologizing for all of the terrible RNG with the blue because Floyd was actually getting all the blue that he needed and just had a series of amazing moves to just clear everything out so efficiently. So he is back on pace and
Ooh, look at this
he's out at 3 minutes and it's looking good.
Yeah, Riggs just had a really nice drop combo to take out a bunch of viruses. Out at a 307 for xJRigsx. About a 5-second or so game here at the moment. Looking at xJRigsx's board, a lot of red, a lot of blue up at that top line. Wisely trying not to clear out the 1 yellow that he had at the top. Oh, and look at this combo that he's got set up. Wisely taking the red, blue, taking the garbage to drop those yellows down. Really nice play by xJRigsx.
Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, if we take a look at the top of Floyd's board, I mean, look at this. This is a red-blue story again. And so, of course, just fate turning on a dime here. But he's got a nice horizontal opportunity in the center of that board. Notice he takes it with that red-blue. And he's using the yellow garbage in the center of the board as avoiding some drop time. So notice he's going to just clear it out there. And then the red is free to have a very low drop time combo. And he is ahead by 13 viruses, right now with a little bit of a timer differential.
Yeah, man, I've been watching xJRigsx, and this is just not an ideal board setup. And even less ideal is the amount of yellow pills that the game has continued to give him. He really needs red to be able to bring this down. And the really interesting thing about his board is it's very centered. He's got a very centered board here, as Floyd out at about a 433. And it's just all these yellows that he's getting is not allowing him to do anything with the board. And you see that red blue stacked vertically in his column 3. Not sure if he was maybe trying to go for a horizontal there or what happened to get him into that situation, but that really has not helped him make any progress.
Yeah, this is really, really rough for Riggs as Floyd just working his way through this level 9. He had a good finish to his level 8, and yeah, it was back on a speedier pace. But you know, the yellow kind of buried here on this board. He really wanted a blue combo at the beginning, and he did manufacture to cause a little bit of garbage. But yeah, this is smooth sailing at the moment.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good for Floyd as Riggs just doing whatever
Oh
he
my
can to make
gosh.
clears.
Oh.
This is one of the worst 8s I've ever seen, and there's nothing Riggs can do about it except wait for the correct pills. Like, your heart goes out to him in this situation, it really does. And Floyd just continuing to make really great plays. Bit of a stag there in his column 8, though. It's going to slow him down a little bit, but it's not going to matter.
Yeah, he's got a lot of time to work with, and yeah, Riggs out at a 604. And keep in mind that's a time that we often see people winning the whole level bracket with. So yeah, that was a struggle bus there for Riggs, and we all felt that. And yeah, Floyd is out at a 613 and takes the first game.
Yeah, GG's to Floyd. GG's to Riggs just for dealing with that board. Man, that was rough. But hey, the best thing Riggs can do right now is just shake it off. Don't let that level 8 get to him. Come back strong, bounce back, and maybe take Floyd into a decider here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have readies from both players. And yeah, I mean, really what happened in that level 8, so tough because of that formation that was so tightly packed on the left-hand side. And, you know, Riggs throwing all of this yellow stuff that he didn't need over to the right and then just kept having to build it up, all that trash. It was just unfortunate.
Yeah, but we do have our readies. We're going to move on in 3, 2, 1. Pills.
Bill.
We got another great crown for you. And ooh, really weird board again for xJRigsx to start out. Lots of yellow, lots of blue on the top of this board. Unfortunately, until just now, not getting a lot of red. And does get some red there, and he's using it very well, Savage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yes, needs so much yellow and blue at the moment. Meanwhile, Floyd, his opening combo, he was taking advantage of the fact that he had a double red blitz. And of course, he knows, as all of us do, that a red yellow is going to follow that. And so that made his horizontal plans work out quite well. But he's got a huge
Oh,
barge of blue in the
man.
center there and cleans it out expertly with very little garbage there. So nicely done. And these two are neck and neck.
Yeah, both players are just playing extremely well. Would love to see some more blue viruses for xJRigsx here again, but really making some nice plays with what he's been given. Wondering if he's going to potentially set up a fat log here in his rows 3 and 4. Love that that horizontal there at the bottom. Not going to go for the fat log, and I think it's the right decision. But Floyd out at a 106. Now 108 now. Holy cow! Didn't see those on the left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was good. He had a bunch of options, as you heard me talking about. I love to talk about options in an end game, and he had a ton of them. And now the start of this board has quite a bunch of horizontals. Nice fat log there from Riggs, and he's out at a 131.
Yeah, that was actually the fat log that I didn't think he was going to go for.
Well, nice.
Yeah. Loving this starting board for Riggs a lot better than his level 6. It's quite a bit more diverse than he's had in the past. This whole match, to be honest. Running out of places to put blue though. Would love to see him start to get less blue, more red, more yellow. That would be really great for Riggs right now. Looking over at Floyd's side of things. Got some really nice setups, but he's going to be really yellow dependent to get down to the rest of this board. And right now, just not getting them.
Mm-hmm. But as soon as he gets the right stack going, Oh, I'm surprised that he did not go for the yellow horizontal there with that double yellow, but still, he's got a lot of good options here. He's waiting on a yellow blue. Notice he gets this, he gets the T and drops another vertical, and now he's got that horizontal setup at the bottom. So he's got a lot of good options here and needs to get that yellow red game going.
Yeah, and I love what he just did with those red, or excuse me, yellow blues. Clearing them out the way he did allows him to take this really long red horizontal. Once he's able to get down there, and it's not going to be too bad for him. He is already opened up for it. It is going to set him up to get this horizontal yellow. I thought it was going to drop something down, but it did not, and he's actually going to go vertically out at a 259.
Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, Riggs going to be out with this last pill out at a 310, so not too far behind. And oh, wait a second. There we go. He gets it out at a 317. My bad.
Hey, I did it. I did it in level 6, so it was. I guess it was just your turn. Anyway, Floyd, with a lot of yellow at the top of this board initially. It's looking really nice, though. He's got a
Mm,
lot of doubles that are bunched up together. Uh, it just looks really nice for Floyd right now. If you're a speed runner of this game, this is exactly what you want to
yeah.
see. Maybe not all the red, but it's really nice, looking pretty nice for Floyd right now.
Yeah, I mean, considering that this was a similar situation, but with blue in the last game, that's really what you don't want to see. And things coming together nicely for Floyd. Yeah, he's down to 10 viruses already. And on Riggs's side, ugh, a tough situation here on the left, or excuse me, on the right. Column 7 and 8, very high up there, and not a lot on the other side of the board. And if he takes out this red, yeah, with the double red, notice he's got blue in column 7 and 8, which is just going to be a little bit difficult there to manage. But this double blue coming off really, really nicely. And he's going to get a fat log at the bottom, while Floyd
Hey.
added a 425.
Yeah, that was just a really nice level 8 for Floyd. Riggs looking to get some red blue out of the way here and open up those last remaining yellows. I hate to see that double yellow pop up when it did. He wasn't able
Mm,
to sandwich it in there. I mean, he's going to be able to open that up there with that red clear, tucks it in. This double red going to be really nice, and one more red out at a 458, which again is slower than what he's looking for, but it was over a minute faster than his previous level 8. So
yeah, we just want to put that one in the rear view mirror there. So Floyd has about a 12 virus lead on Riggs right now, and is going to need a lot of blue to keep going. And this drop in column 7, clearing to column 8, opening up some very much needed red and yellow access. And oh, man, I wish that that hadn't dropped, because then he would have been able to use the double red on that little bridge on the right hand side. Would have been nice, but he still has that opportunity. And Floyd could hold off and try to build around it and wait for that double red to come. We'll see. Oh, yeah, let's go. It just showed up.
hey, commentator's blessing. Your
Oh.
checks in the mail, Savage.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah, but man, I gotta say, Riggs has done a really nice job catching up. I peeked over at his
Hmm.
board and it looked really wonkified, but he's done a really great job with what he's been given. Just needing yellows and reds now, but again, it's not going to be enough as Floyd just needs one more red, gets it out at a 607. He will move on to play again tomorrow.
Yeah, really nice play from both players. And of course, Riggs getting through all of that monster level 8 from the first game. But yeah, it will be Floyd moving on to the next round. So GG's to both players. And everyone, stick around. We've got 2 more awesome matches coming up soon.